Like Courtney said, we're really excited about today's session. This is the first session of the live PD sessions, and it probably won't be the last of them that we're including K-12. So the content that she's going to go over is really just using the Canva tool to enhance visually and make your courses a little bit more engaging. If you haven't seen that tool, you're going to think it's really cool. She's going to really show you, and she's a wizard at it. So you know, it's a pretty neat thing. So you probably see some faces on here you haven't seen before. So we have full K through 12, staff here. So pretty exciting. So yeah, leading into it, let's go ahead and mute our mics, and Courtney can jump in and get started.
All right, so today I'm going to talk about the different ways that you can use Canva. It is a free website, and I'm actually going to show you how it works in a live, as well as what I've used it for to create things like the elementary templates. So my elementary teachers, you've done the elementary Canvas course, the training, and you saw that you pulled templates for pre-K as well as through elementary. Everything that I made with that was from Canva. Any flyer that the Success Team sends out or anything like that, our bits and bytes, that's all made through this one program that I have found. So today's training is going to go over how to create a free Canva account, how to find templates in Canva, creating buttons, newsletters. I'm just going to go through it briefly. And then how to put your design into your Canvas course in the first place. Because what's the point of making something if it then is really, really difficult to try and put it into Canvas to work for you? So I'm going to start with how to create a free Canva account. And of course, this is being recorded, so I'm going to be able to edit this and put this on our Success Team YouTube page, and it's going to have this Google Slides down below as well for you to be able to pull from. So anything that you see, you will be able to find at the Success Team YouTube channel as well. So logging into Canva is very, very easy. You just go to www.canva.com. So if I go into Canva and I log out, you come to this page. You just click sign up in the upper right-hand corner, and you can just sign in with your regular school login. So you don't have to use your personal account. It can be your school account. You can use your personal account as well. I had this before I started on this team, so I have my own personal account as well. So I'm just going to log in, but that's how easy it is. If you just log in with your Google account, your mine's C. Drydale at VA Schools, it will log you in automatically. The next thing is how to find templates in Canva. So what's really, really nice is Canva, you don't have to start with a blank slate. You can go in and type something into the templates, and I bet you someone else has already started making it and shared it to sort of their version of Commons in a way. So there are many, many different types of templates on Canva. If you just search in classroom newsletters or education flyers. So if you do a club like Bot Ball, or you have like a before school club or something like that, Canva is able to create all different kinds of templates for you. So if I just go into my Canva, on the far left-hand side, I can click on templates, and it will take me to the template page. I could scroll through and browse by category. Let's say I wanted to do a flyer for a club, or I could look at Facebook posts or Instagram. They've got all different kinds of things, as you can see, that you can pull from. So if I climb up to the top and I type in classroom newsletters, it's going to bring up tons of different types of newsletters that you can pull from. So these are already pre-made. You do not have to be a graphic designer. I have no background in graphic design at all. I just find things, then I play with them, and I sort of like eye it. So let's say I really, really like this one right here. I love the bright colors. So I'll click on it. I can look at it at first and it'll give me, I can look at the first page and the second page to see if I like it. It'll give me like the color codes, like if I like these colors. It'll give me lots of information, but I can just click use this template. And now it has opened up a template that I can now mess with. I can call it, you know, we could do the scoop, we could call it SMS vibe, whatever it is that you want to call it, you can have it on here. You can edit it to your heart's content. If you don't like this picture, you can delete it and you can put the picture that you want on there. So if I go to uploads, and let's say I love this welcome to pre-K picture that I've already uploaded, I can click it and I can just put it right in there and it'll stay there easily. I can also zoom in on the screen. So if it's too small for my eyes, I can zoom in and that's just in the bottom right corner. If I don't want a picture here at all, I can just click it again and delete it. And now I don't have a picture there that I didn't want at all. What's really, really nice is everything is editable. There isn't anything on here that you couldn't delete if you didn't want to delete it. If I don't like this color scheme, let's say I wanted to use broken arrow colors and I didn't want to use the blue and the orange, I could say I want this color to be the broken arrow color. So I've got colors locked in here, which if you ever want me to show you how to go in depth into this, we can always jump on a one-on-one. But let's say I want all of the orange to be this gold color. I can change all of it, and as you can see, it all changed to the gold color. I could then click on the blue, and let's say I wanted that to be black. I can say, okay, I want all blue black. So I'm gonna say change all in the bottom left-hand corner, blue to black, and now it's broken arrow colors. And it's very simple of clicking and turning it a color that you want it to be turned. If you click on this little rainbow effect, you could even just go around and put it on any color that you want that you like. You can click down here and you could have, you know, classroom projects. And you could insert pictures of your classroom projects that your kids are working on, newsletters that you want your parents to be updated with. And you can continue to do that. There are different elements that you could put in here. So on this far left side, there are many things that you could do. Let's say I'm in the middle of this, but I really don't like this template at all. I can click and change it to another template if I want to. I could add their own pre-made photos. Now, some of these are free and some of these are not. You can also just click, I want to see. So I click this little settings up here. I want everything that I see to be free. And then I just hit apply. And now all of these images are free for me to use in any realm that I want to. This could be on your Canvas page. This could be an email to your parents. But all of these are Creative Commons, which means that they have been allowed to be used by other people. There are different elements you could do. So you can do all different kinds of pictures. So there's like different types of pictures that you could do. So if you wanted to get pictures together with all of your students and you wanted to have sort of a little place where all of them could be together in a little grid, you can click on these grids. And I mean, as you guys can see, there are tons of different grids that you can do. It's completely up to you how you want to use the picture element. There are even frames. So if I wanted just to have a circle picture here, I could put a circle picture up here, and then I could put whatever picture I want here. If you decide that you wanted to keep your newsletter in the, like you want to download it with GIFs, you could even put jumping, you know, ice cream cones. There's all different kinds of little animations that are adorable. So if I click on here, I can see more, and I can look for arrow stickers, word stickers, food stickers. So, you know, Miss Howell, if you wanted to do something with like a newsletter with recipes for your class, you could even put your food stickers on here to make it a little bit more inviting and animated for your students. There are many different ways that you can use this. And as you can see, like all of these things are free for you to use because I marked that I wanted it to be free. You could even put charts on here. So science teachers, math teachers, even history teachers, you could create charts on here that follow maybe these science experiments that you were doing, or maybe your class voted on something and you wanted to share it out. You could do that on here as well. There's all different kinds of texts too. So if I don't like the way that this font is, they have hundreds of fonts that you can choose from. So like here's refrigerator alphabet font. I could do that instead. I could do a pretty script. I can do, I think I downloaded this one specifically, but I downloaded the Game of Thrones script because why not? There's different things that you can do in here to make it specifically all about you. One of the things that I had a lot of teachers commenting on when it came to downloading templates, or they'd see things that the success team would create, is they're like, well, I want it to look like that. How do I make it look like that? And that's why we decided to do this training on how to make your Canvas page as unique as you are, and how your teaching vibe is. There are also font combinations where they've pre-made font combinations that you could choose from as well. You can even put videos in here if you want, as long as you know that it's not going to be printed out, because you know, a computer printer is not going to print out the video. It'll just be a standstill image. You can change the whole background of something. Let's say I really wanted the mountains. It would put the mountains on the back. I could, yes?
Courtney, I just want to interrupt real quick. Ms. Williamson asked, do we have to use the district template? That might have been a misunderstanding. That was just a start off for you guys for you to use and have something that you don't have to really invest in, and it was just to get you rolling. We want, like she said, make it as unique as you are. We want you to take ownership of your course. So yeah, you definitely don't have to use that template. And that template really is more than just your front page. It does settings inside your course to make sure the chat is off for students, and some different things like that. So it's still good to use the template or your previous course, but you can definitely use this tool to replace like what is already there. And Courtney, I'm sure in your stages here, are you going to show how to maybe create a button and then go and put it into the course and the process of that? So she'll be going over that as well.
Yes. So we've got all different kinds of backgrounds we can use. We can upload pictures. So as you can see, a lot of things that you guys have seen come to you in the PDs. You can see I've taken lots of screenshots. I've done all different kinds of things that I can pull from as well. Let's see. So creating from scratch. So this is where I'm going to show you how to create buttons. So if you know the dimensions of what you're wanting to design, so like if you want something to be really small, like 1 inch by 1 inch, you can actually just create something from absolute scratch, and it'll even give you some templates that fit within there. So for example, all of the buttons that I have created, or I've created for the librarians, different places that have asked me for buttons, those are all 200 pixels by 200 pixels. And I know that sounds scary. I say 200 pixels from 200 pixels. But I'll show you how easy it is. So here's the different elements that I just went over. There are different elements you can choose from here, texts, and the backgrounds. So we're going to build a button all together. Okay, so let's go to, this is just the regular home page. So this is, my designs are down here, things that I've built. All I have to do is click create a design in the upper left-hand corner. And it says, okay, what do you want to create? And I'm going to say custom dimensions. All I have to do is put 200 by 200. That's all I have to put. You could do inches or millimeters or centimeters as well, but I prefer pixels. And I can just click create design. So there's my square that is going to be my button in a second. Okay. Then I'm going to go to my elements, and I'm just going to look for shapes. So however you want your button to be designed is totally up to you. If you want all your buttons to be hearts, they can be hearts. They can be however many different designs that you want. I'm going to do 2 or 3 designs so that you guys can see the difference. Most of my buttons are circles, and I just click and I make it fill up the whole square. It's just that simple. Just click and open it up. I'll pick a color that I like. Let's say this blue color. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to pick a text. So let's say we could do picture day. I don't know. We're doing picture day. And I want a different type of font. I just scroll and I find a font that I like for picture day, and it will adjust it to that. Now that's too big, so I'm just going to go to my size of my font, and let's say I want it to be 32. And I just click and drag it down where I want, and it has guidelines. As you can see, that pink little thing is a guideline showing me that my font is centered. I can center it in the whole circle, just like that, and you can see that both of the guidelines are on here, but I prefer just to center it below because I'm going to put a cute picture up here. Katie Lewis says, is making a button this way better than using the Google template? 100% easier. Mostly because when you are making it on here, when I show you how it exports, it's going to be a lot easier than trying to do a screenshot on your computer. A lot of people have been having issues with taking a screenshot because I have a MacBook, but the way a MacBook takes a screenshot versus how a Dell takes a screenshot versus how a Chromebook takes a screenshot is totally different. When you use Canva and you download it the way that I'm going to show you, there's only one way to download it, and it works perfectly every single time. So now I'm going to go to images, and I'm just going to type in camera. This is picture day, so camera. I'm going to click free so that it'll only show you guys the free versions. And I can take this bright pink one, and I can put that just like that. But as you can see, when I was clicked on that camera, in the upper left-hand corner, if you don't like pink, that's okay. Click another color that you like. Make it your own. That's the whole entire point of this. I've memorized color codes because that's what my job is. So there's Broken Arrow's gold. And so I could leave it just like that if I wanted to. If I'm making multiple buttons, if you look in the upper right-hand corner of the picture, I can actually copy the page, and then I only edit the things that I want to edit. So I know it's the exact same size as the picture above. It's the exact same dimensions as the button above. And here I could put field trip. And so I know that this is in the same position as the other one. But let's say I don't want that button to be blue. I want it to be, let's say, orange. Then I can come up here and I can type in bus. Let's see, a zoo. Whatever it is that you want your image to be. So I like elephants, so I'll put my elephant on here. It depends on however it is that you want it. So I've made some for science teachers in middle school, like Miss McClarty. I made her little beakers, that all of her buttons were different colored beakers, and they said all of the different modules that she was working on for the year that the students would be able to click on and then be able to see the modules. It really depends on how you want your buttons to be. If you only want your button to be an image of the website, so let's say that an educational website was YouTube, which it is not, but we can say that it is. Okay, you could just click make this big, or as big as you can make it within the 200 by 200, and that could be just your button. You can make your button as simple as you want if you just want it to be an image, or if you want to put text on your button as well. Okay, so I've made 3 buttons. I'm going to show you how I download them. You see in the upper right hand corner, there's a little arrow that's pointing down. If you click on that arrow, it's suggesting that you download it as a PNG, which I recommend. So you can download it in many different ways. You can download it as a PNG, a JPEG. You can download it as a PDF. If you have animations, you can download it as a video or a GIF or an animation. But let's keep it simple. We're only going to download it as a PNG, which is just the high quality image. It's just as high as you can get. If you're needing to save room on something, like maybe you're making something and you want to put it in an email, that might be a JPEG, but I always recommend doing a PNG. And the most important part, mostly because if you wanted to make your Canvas page, like the background a different color, just click transparent background. That's what makes it look like it is in its own world. It basically takes all of this white on the outside of the circle and makes it invisible. So it actually makes it a button that you can look at and you can click. I'm just going to download all of my pages, but I could just choose the first one. I only want to download that button, and you can download them individually. So I'm just going to click download, and it's preparing my design, and it'll put it wherever your downloads are. Mine puts it in a zip file. So if I go to my downloads, it actually puts it in a zip file, which I'll open so that I can make sure that all 3 of my images got on.
Courtney, it only comes in a zip file if you do multiple. If
yes.
I was to just download a single one, then it would just show that single button.
Yes, very true. Thank you. So now that I have my stuff built, I am going to show you how to put your designs into your Canvas course. So you can put your design anywhere that you see this HTML editor where you make a page. So that can be your front page, an assignment, a quiz, your discussion boards, even an event on your calendar. As long as you have the images button over here on the far right where you can start pulling images, you will be able to pull it into any place that you want. I want to show you that I am giving you step-by-steps in this PowerPoint as well. So if you didn't write all of this down, that's totally okay. It'll show you how to do it step-by-step in the PowerPoint. I showed you how to do it from your computer and in Google as well if you want to do that, but I'm going to show you. So I'm going to go into my Mrs. Drydale's course. So all the things that you see, I made on Canva. So all of these buttons, everything were made there. I'm just going to go and create a blank page. And it's completely empty. Now, if you have buttons, I recommend making yourself a grid, so a little table. So since I made 3 buttons, I'm just going to make myself a 3x1 table. A little trick is if you want to make your table invisible, so your table will still exist, but you won't see the harsh black lines. You click on Table Properties, make your border 0. So you see how it did say 1, make it 0. And as you can see, it turned all of my black lines into dotted lines. So my students won't be able to see the black lines. They'll just see the buttons sort of like hanging out without the grid on there. I always click center. So like I'm going to align to center my first one. So you see how I just centered it. And then I'm going to go over to images in the far right-hand corner. So images, and then I'm just going to click upload a new image. And it's just going to pop up like it normally does anytime you try and grab something new. So it's going to open up my desktop where I saved it or my downloads. And I'm just going to click on Picture Day, and I'm going to hit open. You don't need to put an
alternative. And as that's opening, Courtney?
Yes.
I was just going to say a couple people have jumped in here. The transparent option is only on the paid account. But as you have a white background on your Canvas page, it's really not going to matter at all whether it's transparent or not.
Yes. I do pay for Canva, so it's been like a year and a half, so I haven't actually known what they have on the unpaid version. So I'm not going to put an alternative text because this just means that I don't need to have like a name to go along with the image. And I'm going to click decorative text or decorative image, and I'm going to click upload. And then as you see, it literally just pops it right in there, and it looks just like a button. I will do that with the other 3 so that you guys can see it repetitively. So I centered my mouse, my cursor. I'm going to click upload new image, and I'm going to do the field trip. I'm going to mark decorative text or decorative image, and then I'm just going to click upload. And then the last one.
On the last one, can you just do it through the image button on the map right here, right next to the link?
Yes.
And
so
then
if you don't want to do it through this way, you can click on the image button right here and do Canvas. And you can put it in your course files, and you can upload from here as well. And it's going to have you do the same thing where you click decorative image, and then you click update, and then there's the button there as well. If you decided to save all of your buttons on your Google Drive, you can do it through Google Drive as well. You would just click on the little blue V and then go to Google Apps. I don't have any buttons saved there, but you would go to Google Apps and you would find your pictures inside here, and then you would click embed, and it would embed the picture on here as well. But I have those that step-by-step in the slides as well on how to upload it from your Google Drive as well. So that is, I'm going to show you how to link them. So if I wanted to link this to this Picture Days to a page within Canvas, over here on the far right side, do you see where it says links? There's going to be links. It depends on your resolution. If your resolution is too, I think, high, you have to scroll all the way down to the bottom to find links, files, and images. But most of the time, it's on the right-hand side. I can click on Pages, and I can link it to a current page that I've already made. Or if I scroll down, I can link to a new page, and I can just call this Picture Day Page. And if you watch this button, it's going to highlight in a yellow, and that shows you that the link has been inserted. So if everybody watches, I'm going to click Insert Link, and it's sort of highlighted it yellow, which means that it is now linked to that page. I can do the same thing with Field Trip. I can link to a new page and type in Field Trips and insert the link. If your button goes to a specific website, you could click on the button, and then instead of linking it to something in Canvas, if you go over to where this little chain link fence is, like you would on an email or on Word or anything, you can click here and then type in or paste the website that you want it to be linked to, and it turns yellow just the same for whenever you link it. I'll title this, and I can scroll down and I can hit save. And as you can see, I now have 3 buttons here that link. So if I click on the YouTube button, it will take me straight to YouTube. And it'll, be there for me to go peruse whatever website it is that I linked. Same thing with the picture day. It'll open up to a page where you can start designing and adding all of your pictures in here for your students to see. Now, that's the most important part. Once you're finished with everything on your page, you have to click the publish button in the upper right-hand corner so that your students can see it. If you do not click publish, all of your work that you've done will be only seen by your eyes, and it will not be seen by your students' eyes. So you need to make sure that the page is published, as well as your home page. So secondary teachers, all of your pages are already published, because we do that at the beginning of the year whenever you have all of your courses. But elementary teachers who are new to this, if your page is not published, your course is not published, then your students can't see all of the hard work and everything that you've put in to the creation of their front page. So I'm going to hush for a second, and I'm going to see, are there any questions that anybody wants to ask? You can unmute yourself if you would like to as well, and I will answer them to the best of my ability.
One of the questions that came up on the chat before we open it all is, does the page have to be created? And so guys, what you're essentially doing with Canvas and creating these buttons is you're making a website. Like if you were to go to a website builder and you create mappings of locations and where you're sending people, that's what you're doing with these buttons and mapping inside of Canvas. When Courtney linked to the pages inside of Canvas, yes, when she pulled up her pages, those are ones that she pre-built. So you can go into Canvas, go to the pages, build all your pages that you want, and then you use that home page to then navigate your students to those locations that then have content. And you can have multiple clicks down. This page takes you to math resources. And then when you get to math resources, then you have 5 buttons that are external websites, maybe videos of yourself, YouTube channels that support these math strategies. And so then it takes them even further down. So definitely have to have that. You're just taking these buttons and you're mapping them to places. And Canvas is doing that for you. When you see the page names, instead of having to go to your Canvas page and take the URL, www, HTTPS, whatever, it's just giving you the name that you can click right in. But yes, that you can map to anything that shows inside of Canvas. You can even map to like a quiz or anything like that so that they can directly get there. Do the individual pages also need to be published? Absolutely. Or the students are going to get a little lock and it's going to say you don't have access to this. So definitely have to have it all published.
But you can build things. So secondary teachers, they build their units in advance. A lot of them do, or they've been building things for next month. You can wait to publish it until you're ready for your students to look at it. It's just make sure that the page is published when you want your students to have access to it.